UFC Perth. I got a pick and a prediction for every single fight on the card in less than 2 minutes. This is the Quick Picks video. My name is Young Pasty, and full disclaimer right before we start this, UFC Perth for us Americans over here starts extra early, 4 a.m. Eastern time. So yeah, you better set them alarm clocks because you're going to need to get up early for this one. The Quick Picks video, a pick and a prediction, every single fight on the card in less than 2 minutes. That's how we do things around here. And as we always do, we got to recap last week, pulling the results up here right now for UFC Vegas 116. 6-7 on the picks. Our boy Yusuf Zalal, the signed glove there, does not come through for us. Wins 1 round out of 5. Yeah. He got out-grappled. And I thought that he would be able to withstand the takedowns. Couldn't get back up. Aljo showed him a vet lesson. And that one hurt, guys. That one hurt. And, a bunch of underdogs hit on this card here last week. Jocelyn Edwards, Tafa Garcia, Barcelos, another one that screwed me. Ryan Spann, McConaughey, man, I'm just naming dog after dog after dog here. It's like, usually 8 dogs don't hit on the card, you know what I mean? But hey, this is the UFC. Anything can happen. Anybody can win a fight. So, yeah, we'll take it to the chin. Not the best week, but we're here. And we move on to UFC Perth. And as we said in the intro, a pick and a prediction for every single fight in less than 2 minutes. Okay, so once that timer hits, zilch. Okay, we stop talking and we move on to the next fight. So, let's get into it here, guys. UFC Perth, our main event. We have Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. Odds in the fight: plus 102 for JDM, minus 122 for Carlos Prates. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight: I'm going with Carlos Prates. I'm going with the fighting nerds. Okay, I thought to myself, how is JDM going to win this fight? I don't think he's going to outstrike Carlos Prates. Prates got range on him. He's longer and taller. I think he's more powerful and cleaner with his shots. And honestly, I think JDM's going to have a tough time tracking him down in the striking realm. JDM's going to be the pressuring fighter. Prates kind of dancing and skirting around on the outside. Second, is JDM going to outpace or outvolume him? No. He's not going to outpace or outvolume him. I got more faith in Carlos Prates' cardio now than I had in the past. Him going 5 rounds with Ian Gary. Him being the one winning the later rounds in that fight, beating Leon Edwards. So honestly, the cardio to me is, I don't think JDM's just going to push a pace and Carlos Prates is going to end up on the ground after getting out-volumed or outpaced. No, I don't think that's the case. Grappling, I don't think that's an issue either. I don't think JDM's going to be able to grapple or wrestle. Some may say, hey, this is something that is in his bag that he doesn't pull out a lot. Maybe we'll see it in this fight. But if we do, I think it's like a Alex Pereira kind of thing. Like, you are going to be losing in the striking department until you stall time with the grappling. So, and every round starts in the feet. So it's eventually that time until Prates can find that killer shot, and he can. So, I know the fighting nerds had a rough patch here recently, but we're through that now. They're having fun again in the octagon. Prates' second main event kind of dropped the ball, fumbled the bag real bad in that last one. So let's see him win this one and then move on to get a title shot or maybe a rematch with Gary. Prates with KO is my official pick. Let's go. Our co-main event of the evening, we have Beneil Dariush taking on Killian Salkilld. Odds on the fight: plus 360 for Benny, minus 470 for Killian Salkilld. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight: I'm going with Killian Salkilld. I cannot pick Benny, especially with like how Salkild's been looking lately, right? Like I know it's a jump up in competition, but like man, this is an aged chinny Benny, like not prime Beneil Dariush. Now you got a young, hungry, entering his prime Killian Salkilld, all right? A killer, a guy who can KO you, a guy who can wrestle fuck you, even with Dariush's good takedown defense. Honestly, I was thinking, I'm like, how is Salkilld going to win the fight? It's tough for me to pick Beneil Dariush because I don't see him cracking him. Killian has a chin. And Beneil Dariush is pretty aged, and we've seen him get cracked really bad. And Salkilld, like, not really known. I mean, now he's known for his striking, right? But that really wasn't his strong suit prior to the UFC. He's just kind of found a lot of success with it. So to me, it's like, how long is Beneil Dariush's chin going to hold up in this fight? I don't think it's going to last too long. Salkilld by KO. That is my official pick for this fight. I'm sorry, Beneil Dariush. I faded you before. I'm fading you again. Yeah, this young killer, co-main event, home country, I can't do it. Killian Salkilld by KO. That's my official pick. Let's go. Moving on to our next fight, we got Tim Elliott taking on Steve Erceg. Odds on the fight plus 195 for Tim Elliott, minus 238 for Steve Erceg. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I'm picking Steve Erceg. I'm not betting Steve Erceg at all, okay? Because Tim Elliott, this guy pulls off the wildest wins, the wildest crazy upsets when he shouldn't. Erceg is, I don't know, to me, known as a kind of a bag fumbler, all right, a guy who's dropping the ball late. I don't know. I can't trust Steve Erceg too much to be laying minus 238. I can't. Tim Elliott, this guy, 4-1 in his last 5. Who's his loss to? Muhammad Micallef. All right. Yeah, he had a 2-year layoff, but he comes back, shocks the world, pulls off the win versus overrated Asakura. So, excuse me. This fight, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't really have a good read on it, to be honest with you. I don't. Like, Tim Elliott's, his striking's kind of weird. He has a decent pop. His grappling is very hit or miss. Like, his grappling's full on and it's great and he's looking awesome, or it's just not effective at all. Erceg, on the other hand, well-rounded fighter, can mix in all aspects of fighting. His wrestling and grappling are pretty decent. Striking, he's known to have a pretty decent punch. Erceg is supposed to win this fight. He's supposed to. I will back him here. This is just a pick. Just a pick. Okay? There's a reason Tim Elliott's now only plus 195. Okay? The books know he could pull off some wild stuff at any point. So we'll take Erceg. We'll take him by decision. That's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. Next fight, we got Shamil Gaziev taking on Brando Pericic. Odds on the fight, plus 114 for Gaziev, minus 135 for Pericic. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I'm going with Brando Pericic. I'm going with the hometown guy. Okay, I think he actually has a lot of advantages in this fight. So his pressure, overwhelming for people. And I see Gaziev getting put on the back foot. And when he's put on the back foot, he don't look too good. Fighting in his home country, younger, quicker, got the slight reach advantage. Overall, a bigger guy. I like Brando Pericic in this spot. Gaziev has beaten nobodies. Pericic has also beaten nobodies and has beaten less nobodies, but like this Gaziev glaze, guys, it has to stop. Okay, when Gaziev went up to that upper echelon of heavyweight, he got absolutely smoked. Okay, now am I saying Pericic is upper echelon in the heavyweight division? No, I'm not saying that. Not necessarily. Maybe a couple more wins will prove that to me. But I think he has the tools and the power to take out this blob. So Pericic by KO. That's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. Moving on to the next fight on the main card. We got Tuivasa taking on Louis Sutherland. Odds on the fight, minus 218 for Tuivasa. Plus 180 for Louis Sutherland. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I'm going with Louis Sutherland. I'm not picking Tai Tuivasa in 2026, especially as a favorite. And especially as an almost 2-1 favorite. Fuck that, okay? I don't care how bad Sutherland has looked either, okay? If Sutherland's hittable ass can withstand Tai Tuivasa's biggest punch, she can win this fight. Tai Tuivasa's cardio is awful. He will gas out after 2 minutes of fighting. Tai's taking this fight. It's close to home. Easy paycheck, win or lose. He's fan favorite. Why not take the fight, right? But I'm taking the hungrier Sutherland. Okay, in Sutherland's losses in the UFC, I mean, I can't really blame him, man. Walter Walker, the heel hook king. Pericic, power puncher. I think both of those guys are going to beat Tai Tuivasa in the way that they do, right? I'm sure Walter Walker's going to get heel hook. I'm sure Pericic would knock Tai Tuivasa out. Louis Sutherland, just withstand 2 minutes of Tai Tuivasa's best, and I think you're smooth sailing after that. So I'm going to take Louis Sutherland. I'll take him by decision. That's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. Next fight, we got Cam Rowston taking on Robert Bryczek. Odds on the fight, minus 180 for Rowston and plus 150 for Bryczek. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for the fight, I'm taking Cam Rowston. Bryczek lost to Ihor Potieria. Okay? And I said this in the last fight. I know he beat Brad Tavares, but I think it's just enough said right there. Okay? Bryczek lost to Ihor Potieria. I can't pick a guy who lost to Ihor. I know Rowston's coming off a win. Okay? Did not look the best. He won the fight. Had some really sketchy moments throughout, getting rocked by Cody Brundage. Striking defense looking not too good. Yeah, it really wasn't the most impressive win for Cam Rowston. And it's like, how much better is Bryczek than Brundage? I don't know, if even so. Like, I rate both of these guys not very good. And Bryczek, he did win his last fight, like I said. Didn't actually look too bad versus Tavares. I mean, actually looked pretty decent. Rowston's got the youth, though. He's got the speed. He's got the size advantage. Will he use it, though? Or will he get into a stupid, bar fight, brawl kind of style? I wish he fought a little bit smarter. You could tell in that last fight he was just not fighting smart. I'm going to take Rowston. I'll take him by KO because he likes to throw. He likes to punch, and he can smell blood in the water and pounce on it. I think you can probably find a good shot over Robert Bryczek early, maybe in the first or second round. And then just get the finish there, because again, he can see when his opponent's hurt, and even if they're just like kind of a little bit stunned, he still goes in and tries to get the most damage off that he can, or at least go for the finish. So Rowston KO. That's my official pick. Let's go. Moving on to the next fight, we got Junior Tafa taking on Kevin Christian. Odds in the fight, minus 205 for Tafa, plus 170 for Christian. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for the fight. My pick is Kevin Christian. I don't care how bad the opponent is. I am never, ever, ever, ever picking a Tafa brother. Never. Now I will say this is definitely a beatable opponent for Tafa. But at a 2-1 favorite, a guy I will never back to begin with at all. I mean, I can't back either of them, really. Like, Kevin Christian's not that good. But I think that, he's at least better than Junior Tafa here. So I'm going to take Kevin Christian. I'll take him by KO. This is a complete fade on Junior Tafa. I don't think the Tafa brothers are UFC worthy. They fumble the bag. Their cardio's awful. They're super hittable. They have, pop in their shot. Yeah, they can knock somebody out. I don't think it's happening here, though. I'll take Kevin Christian by KO. Let's go. Moving on to our next fight, we have Jacob Malkoun taking on Gerald Meerschaert. The odds on the fight here are wild, minus 1,200 for Malkoun, plus 750 for Meerschaert. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I mean, I'm picking Jacob Malkoun, I guess. I mean, the minus 1,200 on Malkoun. This is something I never thought I'd see. Okay. I think this is because Meerschaert's old, riding 4 L's in a row, not looking good in them. Fought so much, taken so much damage over the years. We're all assuming Malkoun's coming here. Blitz Meerschaert, bully him, eventually find that killer shot. So I will take Malkoun by KO, but I'm not running to the betting counter to do it. This whole fight, betting-wise, is a big pass for me. I'm just going to sit back and watch. We're taking Malkoun by KO, but as they always say, the Gerald Meerschaert submission is never a bad look, right? So, yeah, Malkoun by KO, and we'll move on to the next fight. Let's go. Moving on to the next fight, we have Colby Thicknesse taking on Vince Morales. Minus 130 for Thicknesse, plus 110 for Morales. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I'm taking Colby Thicknesse. This was a little interesting to pick. This fight's going to be, I think, entertaining. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think we're going to have a cool little showdown here. Both these guys are durable, man. Thicknesse got a thick-ass head. He took some huge shots from Topuria and Musasa, and he just straight up ate them and kept moving on. But same thing with Morales, though. Durable as hell. Only 1 KO loss. It came from Gutierrez's leg kicks. I was watching that one back, and he wanted to still keep fighting. It's just his legs were just messed up. Yeah, you're probably looking at the fight, and you're like, there's no way Morales can win this fight. I mean, he came back in the UFC and just started straight up losing again. I mean, we got a durable vet, though. I don't think Thicknesse is going to be knocking out Vince Morales, who's going to have to go in there for 15 minutes with him. This is the picks video. So, I got to give you a pick. The pick is Colby Thicknesse. But really what I'm more interested in, guys, is the rounds on this fight. Over 2.5 rounds. I think it's a solid look on either side, right? We've shown, Colby Thicknesse has shown that he's durable against 2 power punchers. Vince Morales, we've seen how many people that he's gone to decision with. So, we'll take Colby Thicknesse by decision. A tough one. 29-28, maybe even a split. But that's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. Next fight, we got Wes Schultz taking on Ben Johnston. Some white-ass names. Odds on the fight, plus 120 for Schultz, minus 142 for Johnston. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for the fight, I'm taking Ben Johnston because Wes Schultz is ass. Takedown or bust. Extreme takedown or bust. He is slow. His striking is subpar. Can't get anything going on the feet. Throws lots of kicks. 75% of them miss. But on the other hand, Ben Johnston, who is this guy? Where is he coming from? 2-year layoff. Wanted to fight in the UFC. Never made it. Now he has his chance. He's been coaching lately for the last 2 years. I don't know if he technically retired or not, but what I like at least is he's a head coach and he's, in the fighting scene. Some people leave, don't even do this, then come back, have to get themselves into it. So, this is basically a Dana White Contender Series fight. I know Wes had his UFC debut last time versus Penis, and he got his ass whooped. But that was Penis's UFC debut, so it's it was basically just like another Dana White Contender Series fight. And here we are again. I don't trust Schultz at all. Even against this 35-year-old that hasn't fought in 2 years. Johnston seemed to have decent pop in his shots. I think his takedown defense seems up to speed. If he does get taken down, looks like he's been rolling and looking to, sprawl and move around on the ground. His grappling seems pretty decent and, again, up to speed. He's a head coach. He's teaching this stuff. He better know. So, I'll see what the Aussie has in store for us this week. I'll take Ben Johnston. I'll take him by... I'll take him by KO. That's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. Moving on to the next fight, we got Jonathan Micallef taking on Themba Gorimbo. Odds in the fight, minus 245 for Micallef, plus 200 for Themba. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for the fight, I'm going with Jonathan Micallef, man. I liked Micallef from the start. He showed us 3 solid wins since he's been fighting over here in the UFC, and now he's fighting again in 2026. Tamba, to me, he seems to be falling off. Shown issues with his chin. Shown cardio issues. Shown that if he can't get takedowns, it's difficult for him to win a striking match and stand with people. Finds himself getting caught in submissions even though he's the one that's looking to grapple. Micallef finds a way to win. Faces adversity and finds a way to win. Gorimbo finds ways to exit the fight. Okay? I just don't see Micallef getting taken down and held by Gorimbo for 3 rounds. I think that to deter Gorimbo from shooting, Micallef got a pretty good ghillie, right? So he can use that for defense to fend him off and again deter Gorimbo from shooting, because if he gets himself caught in that thing, which I wouldn't really be surprised, it's tight and it might be getting put to sleep, and we've seen Tamba go to sleep by Vicente Luque here just recently. So, but I think Micallef's just going to keep it on the feet. I think he's going to mess him up with the leg kicks to all levels, right? I think he's really good in the clinch. Get him up on the fence, elbows and knees. I think Micallef's, he's younger here too. So I'll take Jonathan Micallef. I'm going to take him by, how do I want to take Micallef? We'll take Micallef by KO. I think he knocks him out. That's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. All right, guys, our last fight of the video and the first fight of the night at 2 a.m. sharp for me. We got Cody Steele taking on Dom Marfan. Odds on the fight, we got minus 205 for Cody, plus 170 for Dom. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight is going to be Cody Steele. I'm going to give him another shot. Honestly, I think this is a step down in competition for him after fighting Rongju there. Man, Rongju messed him up, dude. Rongju messed him up. Kept picking him apart with that jab. Stuffed all the takedowns. Cody Steele thrives with takedowns and brawls. And Rongju was not giving him that fight, right? We seen Dom. He can get taken down. He got taken down multiple times by the guy he was facing in the road to UFC championship there. Held up against the fence. On the flip side, he can strike too, and he was fending off takedowns late in the fight, and he's the one that won the fight, right? So even after getting clinched up, taken down, his striking was enough to win him the fight. So I don't know if Cody's the real deal, if his wrestling's legit, I think he can take down Dom and hold him down when he actually takes him down. And his ground and pound's pretty nasty. His striking, his boxing's okay. Right, but he has a lot of work to do, as we've seen in that Rongju fight. So I think this is a good fight for Cody, and for Dom too. I think it's actually a pretty solid one to start the card off. So Cody Steele, we'll take him by decision. That's my official pick for the first fight of the card. Let's go. All right, guys, a prediction for every single fight in less than 2 minutes, as promised. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Appreciate you watching. If you could, please click that subscribe button for me. We're at 389, so just 11 away. Thank you for you new subscribers onto the channel. Appreciate you hopping on. Yeah, we're at 389, so if 11 of you guys or gals can click that little digital button for me, it goes a long way. So let's have a good week this week on the picks. Bets video drops tomorrow. Young Pasty, out. Let's go.